Hey parents, welcome to tip number 4 in our teen series. Although this tip is also great for those tweens as well as teens. All of you want to raise good kids and you want them to grow up and become successful adults. So while they're growing, it can be really hard to know when you're being helpful and when you're crossing the line into rescuing. That might be helpful in the short term, but can cause some issues for them over the long term. So this week I want to offer you a strategy for asking yourself when you should step in and when you should step back. And it's as simple as this. When you see your tween or preteen or teen in a situation, ask yourself, who owns the problem? Because the person who owns the problem typically is the person who should own the solution. So, for example, your 16-year-old has missed their curfew, and the accepted agreement in the family is that if they miss curfew, they lose car privileges for a certain number of days. So that's fine, they've lost their car privileges, except they have to get themselves to their part-time job the next day. So you feel bad and you want to wake up early and drive them so that they don't have to figure something else out. But take a step back and ask yourself, who owns the problem? They made a choice to miss curfew or put themselves in circumstances where they missed curfew, and they understood the consequences ahead of time. So they own the problem. You can absolutely be part of the solution. You can empathize. You can help them brainstorm. Are they going to take the bus? Are they going to take an Uber? Are they going to have you drive them but then pay you what they would pay an Uber? There are lots of solutions to the problem, but the bottom line is that they own the problem, they own the solution. If we walk that back a little bit, let's say your 12-year-old is late for soccer practice every single time. If your 12-year-old is ready with cleats on, bag packed, and standing by the door when it's time to leave, then they don't own the problem. It's probably their transportation that owns the problem. But if you're running around the house with them after practice has already started, trying to find their cleats and packing a snack and filling their water bottle, then you can take a step back and say, hold on a second, who owns the problem? It's their responsibility to get themselves ready to be at the door when it's time to leave. And if we're late to practice, they can accept the consequences that the coach or the team set forward. You can certainly be part of the solution, but they have to own the solution. You can brainstorm with them. You can help them make a list of the things they're going to need. You can ask them if they want you to remind them at a certain time. You're not abandoning them. You can absolutely be part of the solution. But before you jump in and rescue, ask yourself, who owns the problem and who should be responsible for the solution? Good luck.